Jose Heredia here with the Crossfader Show, and we happen to be inside the studio of 96.3 Latino FM. And right next to me is David Rolas. Say hi, David.
Yo, what's going on? Big shout out to the Crossfader Show, hanging out with me right here at Latino 96.3. Just kicking it.
Exactly. And thank you very much for inviting us over. Today's show is about radio DJs, and we want to come and check out what you do. What is it that all these buttons mean?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what some of these buttons mean. But, they look really pretty when you turn the lights off, and it just kind of like flashes. No, but, obviously every button on the board obviously means something. But it's a tedious process. Radio is not something that you can learn overnight. I mean, it's sometimes people try to learn it overnight, but it's a really, really hard business to get into. I mean, there's college radio stations, there's ways of actually learning how to do radio and how to learn the board. And I was very fortunate because I learned at a really young age, and I learned from some of the big shots, and I went straight into radio right out of high school. So it's a little crazy, but
tell me, for those people who are watching this and not familiar with the radio station, what's the format?
The format of the radio station is It's a Latin urban format. We play everything from reggaeton to hip hop. We are actually the official reggaeton radio station in Los Angeles. So basically, we play reggaeton, bachata, merengue, anything tropical when it comes to the aspect of urban music. We also play hip hop, R&B. A little bit of reggae. So, we mix it up. We play a little bit of everything. And I know when they do the mix show, some of the guys like Eddie One and Scream, and some of the guys actually play a lot of house music and stuff like that. So we have a pretty rich format as far as the music, the genres itself, as far as the stuff that we play,
Very diverse. I mean, one minute you're listening to Ludacris, and the other minute you're listening to Monchi and Alejandra. So it's very cool.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. When one second you're listening to Ludacris, next second you're listening to a cumbia. You know what I mean?
So David, my brother, how you been, man?
I'm good, bro.
I miss you, dog. Give us a rundown, big dog. What is it that you're using here? What is it that you're doing at this moment?
Well, we use a Scott system. Usually when we're getting ready to do a radio break, I mean, there's a couple of different systems, computer systems that some of the radio stations use, but we use a Scott system. Scott system's really cool, but basically what I was doing, I was in there looking for a song that had a longer intro so that I could speak over it. To replace it with a song with no intro. So that way you could talk a little bit. You don't want to talk too much. I talk maybe about 4 to 5 times an hour. we try to play as much music as possible to keep the flow.
Now, is everything delayed? Is everything pre-recorded? I mean, when you do your voiceovers, do you record that first, or are you going straight up live 100%?
I do everything live. Once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you're under the weather, you're feeling a little sick sometimes. Like in this case, I'm getting over this cold, but a lot of times we record a lot of the stuff into the Vox Pro, which is another program that we use. And basically what the Vox Pro does is it gives us, it's a really cool editing tool to where we can pre-record ourselves. We can go in there, edit it, chop it down to whatever the length of the intros of the songs are, and then we can play it over the intro of the song. So we could do that, or we can go live. I really love going live. I mean, it's just something about going live. We are on a 20-second delay system, and the reason we are on a 20-second delay system, so you guys don't hear the music. You guys hear the music 20 seconds after, or even the talking 20 seconds after we announce everything. And the reason being for that is that sometimes when we do take live calls, sometimes when, we're on the air, sometimes there's slip-ups when you do interviews, sometimes you have artists. I mean, I'm an artist. Sometimes
cuss words?
Yeah, cuss words and stuff. So sometimes, and I was about to, cuss right now. But
what, the cuss word?
Yeah, I mean, we are on the internet. It's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But and when it comes to radio, you have to try to be as professional as possible. And the FCC regulates us pretty hard. So we have to have the 20. I mean, we don't have to, but we choose to have the 20-second delay system so that way if something does get out by accident, or even a song, when the guys are in the mix, if they play the wrong mix, they play maybe a club mix or club version of the song, and sometimes the record itself has cuss words in it, we can actually do a delay. Nice. I mean, it'll sound like the record skips, but right. I mean, that's what the delay is for. It actually kind of protects the DJ. And basically, you got 4 pots up here, and they control all the microphones. There's actually 4 microphones. We have one for the DJ. We have another 2 over here for guests, in case we have guests. in here. And then basically we have 2 pots here that run the dual CD players we have here. We very rarely use the CD players, only if we have like a that we're doing an interview with an artist and they have a new record they want that we're going to break or stuff like that. If we usually don't have a jock to play, a DJ to play it on the other side, usually what we'll do is we'll play it here out of the CD players. So basically these pots run that. Now these three pots here, they basically run the Scott system. So it basically it's 1 song per channel. So usually like this song right now that's playing, it's playing out of pot number 2. The next song is going to come in, which is a sweeper. It'll come in on 3. Then the one after that, the song comes in on 1. So it's basically, it just kind of rotates through each one of these pots. And it'll tell you when it says air 2, air 3, air 1, it'll tell you exactly what pot it's on. So that way it makes it easier for us, to be able to find it and track it in case we want to lower the volume, bring up the volume, do so, whatever. This one right here basically runs the DJ system. So when we have a live DJ mixing over here, we basically just pot it up, turn it up, pot it up. 2 of these run the phone system. 2 of these run the Vox Pro systems. We have one here. We have one over here. And then basically this is a screener here. So this one also screens the phone calls. That's basically what the pots are for. So each channel, it's like a regular mixer. Like even when you're in a recording studio, basically each track is basically running a different channel.
Now, at any given time, bro, any given hour, how many Angelinos are listening to you on a daily basis, bro?
We've got millions and millions of listeners, which is actually really cool. I mean, we just did a concert we just had a concert Wednesday. We had our annual Cali Bash concert, which we do it every year. And we actually just broke a record. We sold close to 18,000 tickets. For the Staples Center, which is one of the biggest selling shows right now at the Staples Center. We actually sold more tickets than the Police, which is actually huge. And the people at
Sting got stung.
Yeah, Sting got stung. Yeah, by a bunch of Latinos.
Yeah. All right, bro. Go ahead and break it down, Dave. Tell everybody out there how they could get a hold of you.
Basically, you guys can check me out. I definitely got my MySpace cracking, so you know what I'm saying? MySpace.com/David Rolas. I use the MySpace basically just to show videos. I have my videos there. You can buy my music there. You can check out all the videos and stuff that I've done. I've got previews from like the movie Crank. I was in the movie Crank High Voltage, so you guys can check that out. It's got the screeners on there. It's got the videos. Tons of stuff. There's a really cool video that I got on there with Taboo of the Black Eyed Peas and Ozo Motley. It's called Morena, one of my songs. So you guys can check that out. That's on the MySpace. Also have the Facebook, facebook.com/David Rolas. I really use that as a networking tool, so I keep in touch with a lot of people in the industry through Facebook. And also Twitter, of course. See twitter.com/David Rolas. You can catch me on onstage.com too. That's a really big artist website there that you guys can go to. It's called ourstage.com, and just look me up, type in David Rolas under the search engine, and you'll be able to come through and check out some of the videos, and you'll know what's going on with me. It'll tell you my tour dates. As a matter of fact, I'm leaving on tour in May. I'm going back to Australia, doing a tour of Australia with Julio Voltio. So it's some really big things. But yeah, check it out. Definitely check it out. And DavidRolas.net. Yeah.
So basically, if they can't find you, they don't live here on Earth.
No.
Because you're everywhere, dog. You worldwide. You international.
Well, Google me. You know what I'm saying?
Google them.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm just going to make business cards say Google me. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's all good. You know what I mean? Don't forget to go to iTunes. You can go to iTunes and actually check out the album. I've got great features on there from Glasses Malone to Fulanito to Jaco, one of Wisin and Yandel's artists. I work with Sami Cultura. I work with Rampage and Flip Mode Squad, Cuban Link. Man, I could go down the line.
And what's the name of the album again?
The album is called A New Beginning. And you basically just go to iTunes, type in David Rolas, and you can check out all my stuff.
That's it. All right, David, thank you so much for having us over, man. Thank you so much, man. And we understand we're going to have you also live in the studio, and we're going to ask you some more questions, those pressing questions that everybody wants to know out there about how to get into radio and all that good stuff. We're going to break it down a little bit more when we get in the studio.
For sure.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate it. All right, dog. That's it. DJ Johnny Aftershock Cross for the show. We're signing out. Latino 96.3 FM. Beautiful Los Angeles. That's what you see outside. That's what you get. That's what you get. All right.
Radio.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Carolina Marquez from Latino 96.3. Do not forget to check out the Crossfader show every Monday, okay? Cada lunes. Don't miss out, because I'll be watching it, so you got to watch it too.